What's up YouTube, this is Harvey 1997 here, coming at you today with a discussion about what I think the best tech engines will be for SPYRAL format. More specifically in SPYRAL decks, however these can also apply to some other decks because the idea here is countering spirals. So, to put it lightly, last weekend I was playing Pendulum Magicians at my locals. I had spirals, but I didn't have my second copy of this guy, so I wasn't playing spirals. I was just playing magicians. I played lots of hand traps in the main deck. I played board wipes in the main deck. And my spiral matchup was decent because of this. Not great, though. To put it lightly, my locals went by going... I played spiral in round 1. Cool. I lost the dice roll. He got game 1, I got game 2, he got game 3. Okay, whatever. Then the other 3 games I played were, Cosmo, 60-card Light Sworn. Screw Grass Looks Greener, by the way. I still got that match. And I played something else. I don't think it really... I don't remember it, so it was probably not too important. But I digress. Then in Top Cut, I played against Draco. Draco's not a problem for magicians, we know this. And then I played spirals again. However, this time, I still lost the dice roll, but I 2-0'd him. Are spirals really that dominant? Yeah, they still are. Reason being, I opened Max C in one game, I opened Draw and Lockbird in the other, and I had follow-ups. Sometimes that's all it takes. If you're playing something that's not spiral, hand traps, board wipes, you're gonna need them, and you're gonna need lots of them. I heavily suggest all of them that you can cram into your deck without making it lose all consistency. So, for me, that magic number, I believe, was 7 cards that I had that were only good going second out of a 40... I was playing a 44-card deck with 3 desires. I was a little lazy with deck building, but yeah. So again, these can be applied to other decks, but more specifically for if you're playing spirals. So, to start things off, I'll mention what I just went over a second ago. What engines are best in these in spirals and against spirals. We're going to start off with hand traps and board wipes. Board wipes including things like Raigeki, Dark Hole, Evenly Matched, Kaijus and Kaiju Slumber, Lava Golem, Sphere Mode, whatever floats your boat. Things that say, get rid of your monsters, because I don't want them there. And then we have the hand traps, which are also only good going second, for the most part. I mean, if you ash someone's Max C, cool, good for you. That's a really feel-good moment. However, that's not the main reason for running ash. Mainly you run it so that you have a better chance going second. But these things are so crucial for when you play against Spiral. Just Draw a Knockbird can end a turn very, very nicely. Max C, I will say, be very careful when you drop Max C against Spirals. And be damn sure that you have a Draw a Knockbird in your deck that you can draw into. If you don't, you're going to have what happened to my friend at Locals this weekend, where he activated Max C on Machine Duplication. He got decked out. He was playing Mermail, or Water, and he had the hand. Just, his opening 6 was god tier. He had Diva, he had Megalo, he had Kaiju Slumber. I'm just looking at it, it's like, this is awesome. He's gonna get it just with these opening few cards. But he got decked out because he didn't draw into any other hand traps for disruption because he didn't have any in the deck at the moment. So, yeah, what I was saying though, be sure you have a Draw and Lockbird because Draw can actually shut off your own Max C. So what you can do is wait until you have about 15 to 20 cards in your hand or however greedy you want to get, and then pitch your Draw and Lockbird and say, haha, neither of us are doing any more searching. Including me. I'm not getting my Max C draws, you're not getting the rest of your stuff. I've got the big hand, you don't. So, yeah, but good cards. Just make sure you have stuff to draw into off your Max C. Most importantly, Draw and Lockbird, so you can show off your Max C later in the turn. It's good hand traps. Ash Blossom, we all know, is good. Ghost Ogre, it has its moments. We saw very little Ghost Reapers actually being played at YCS Dallas. I don't think Reaper is that amazing against it, because if you hit double Helix, they'll go for Firewall. Hit Firewall, go for double Helix. Plain and simple. But it can still be very helpful to play. The big one, though, Droll. And as for board wipes, I think they should be played with at least one Raigeki in the main deck. It's very, very crucial, if you ask me. Moving on past the one Raigeki, you can also opt to play one Dark Hole. You can main your 3 evenly matched if you'd like to. I'm not as big a fan of that, but you could. So you can also main Kaijus and Kaiju Slumber, or just Kaijus. You can main your Lava Golems and Sphere modes. Depends on what your deck is. I've actually seen a few Pendulum Magician players start playing Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode because they don't really care about the normal summon that much. Like, sure, they can't summon Joker that turn, but that's it. Oh well, it's like, I just won't get Joker, but I can still kill Sleeper, Firewall, Double Helix, and then all Disruption is just gone. Just for your one normal summon, that's pretty good. Also, of note, Spiral players have a big problem removing a Sphere mode from the board. It's not very easy to do. So, alright, that's going to do it for these engines. Moving on to the next one, since we were talking about board wipes, I want to move on to 2 other engines, being Destrudo and Dragon Ravine, and their counterparts being the Set Rotation engine, and possibly even the Brick Field spell to give your opponent. These are all kind of one really big engine, sort of, whatever. So we all know Dragon Ravine, ditch Destrudo, make Ancient Fairy or Black Rose. That's really solid. Just, I don't really need to say why that's good. 4,000 life points, what's that? Besides, you get 1,000 of it back, so it's really only 3,000. But what are life points when you make a big board? Above that, drop my card. Set Rotation. It turns off opposing evenly matched. What did I just say about board wipes and how good they are? This card turns them off. Should you be playing this at 3? Maybe. Should you be playing Terraforming at 3? Maybe. Should you be playing both at 3? Maybe. It's really hard to say. I think this one's a little bit more opinion-based and how much you fear evenly matched versus... It's the whole power v consistency thing. Same goes for the one Brick Field spell, being Oracle of Zephyr, Gateway to Chaos. Whichever one you feel like running. I personally like Oracle of Zephyr because I'm a cheap ass and I'm not going to pay $12, $15 for Gateway to Chaos when I'm not playing Blacklist or Soldier, especially just so I can give it to my opponent and then they'll flip it and add Lord Gaia. That's not... We're not doing that. But past that, I do think the Set Rotation engine is very good. However, until we get Code Talker, making Ancient Fairy is a little lacking. And that's just where the problem lies. However, giving your opponent that Brick Field spell so they can't get their own resorts, they can't get their own Dragon Ravines, every copy of their field spell, Set Rotation, and Terraforming are dead, is really good. So, those are, I guess you could call that the field spell / Destrudo engine. I think ABC and Spiral are the 2 that can abuse those the most. Draco can abuse Dragon Ravine, but not very well. So I think it's more for the Spiral and ABC decks. And lastly, I guess because we were talking about Ancient Fairy, lastly, I'm going to bring up the potential of Gofu and adding a card like Coral Dragon so you can make Coral, Gofu, Ancient Fairy. So the reason for this is that Gofu gets you your 2 tokens, and you can make a Link Spider with them, just have extra material. Sync up for a Coral Dragon, and then you sync up again for Ancient Fairy. By doing this, you place your Ancient Fairy Dragon in your main monster zone. And then you can just move it with your Link Spider and something else, which is not hard to do, because you can just special summon something off of the Ancient Fairy Dragon. It's simply put, it's a lot easier to get off your board than it is when it's in your main monster zone. Plus, Coral Dragon gets you a neat little draw when you do that too. And Gofu also gives you opportunities. Didn't actually have these ready, but probably should have. Gives you opportunities for easy access to cards like Klutz today, Gaia Saber and Decode Talker to get them a little bit faster. Gofu is also an amazing card going second, contrary to popular belief for some reason. It does wonders when you're trying to, break a board. Getting that Decode Talker out before they can, pop your... Because they really don't want to just hit Sleeper to break a Decode Talker that didn't even take your normal summon. That kind of sucks. So, by forcing them to hit that Decode Talker first, though, you have 5 other combo pieces, or cards, or whatever, board wipes, set rotations, things like that, to work with. How good is Gofu in most decks? A little lacking. In Spiral, I think it's really, really powerful. Being able to have access to Ancient Fairy Dragon just that much easier is always good. And the fact that we don't have Code Talker yet, I believe does make it much more necessary if you want to run Ancient Fairy Dragon in your extra deck. Ancient Fairy obviously would go much better if you are also running Dragon Ravine, and maybe even the set rotation engine, likely including Oracle of Zephyr or Gateway to Chaos. By the way, you can also opt to run something like Pseudo Space if you really want to, so that if you draw it, you don't brick. But in my opinion, since Quick Fix can just discard anyway, it's not really a big deal in Spirals. So, you guys tell me in the comment section below what you think about these engines. Some possible engines, I'll just go over them real quick one more time. We have hand traps and board wipes including also things like Kaijus, Lava Golem, Sphere Mode. Hand traps being, well, any monster effect you just discard and activate from your hand on their turn. More importantly, on their first turn. Then we have the field spell engine of Destruo Dragon Ravine, and possibly even set rotation and a brick field spell for your opponent. And then we have the Gofu to Coral Dragon to Ancient Fairy engine. They're all very solid in my opinion, but obviously, if you're wanting to play a 45 card deck, good luck. It's not going to happen running all of them. You tell me which ones you guys think are more important in this format, or which ones you prefer in your main deck versus your side deck going into the Spiral format. And by the way, guys, if you want to see the Spiral deck profile, I will be uploading it likely after my locals this weekend, so I can give a report with it as well. So yeah, I should have that coming fairly soon. As always, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for all my future content, and I'll catch you in my next video.